Hey guys, so today I'm going to be looking at people who disown their parents. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. My sibling died, and in the days leading up to his funeral, my mother was so exquisitely awful that I stopped fantasizing about harming her and began fantasizing about my life in prison after her murder. At one point, I was standing behind her at the top of the flight of stairs as she monologued about how everything was my fault. I could have pushed her, but instead promised myself that after I made it through the funeral, I'd never speak with her again. This year marks a decade since I last spoke with her, and my only regret is not cutting her out of my life earlier. That is crazy. How do your parents make you hate them that much that you just want to kill them and then spend your life in prison? Imagine blaming your kid as to why your other kid died. Like, you're the parents. Something went wrong with you guys. Long story short, I was SA'd by uncles as a child, multiple occasions, tons of rage issues because of it. Grew up in a single parent household with mum not in the picture. Fast forward, faced my demons to an extent. Mended relationship with mum, opened up to brothers and sisters, and finally mum about the SA. Suddenly I'm lying. I've always been a liar since I was a child. My brothers would never do a thing to hurt you. Straight up alienated by my family tree because said SA. Ended the last conversation with, you didn't protect me as a child, you won't protect and support me as an adult, and you won't protect my children either. What use are you to me or any of us? That's crazy. This is what I don't get. Parents not believing their kids. Really? Jeez, don't have kids if you aren't ready to protect them. It was a long process, but it really ended when my mum tried to sue my wife and me for grandparents' rights. Anything after that would have only helped her to build a case to legally kidnap our son. Grandparent rights? What is that? Oh, what? They can try to take custody of the kids? That's crazy. Oh my god, if my parents were toxic, yeah, they ain't seeing my kids. Bye. It was a long time coming, but the straw that broke the camel's back was berating me for not coming to a family function when I told my father that I had something that was completely unskippable at work. I had been abused by my father for years. His way of getting back at me for my mother leaving him, I suppose. I just lost it at him and told him what I thought of him. I haven't spoken to him or his family that took all of his side every single time in 15 years. Oh, I don't even know what to say because it's like, why are you having kids if you're not ready to protect them? Like, you're doing the opposite. Oh my gosh. And why is it the kid's fault that your wife leaves you? Maybe you were the one who were incompetent. Like, why are you blaming the kid? These kind of people just always think they can do nothing wrong. They blame everyone else but themselves. It was relatively small when I stand back and look, but it was clear that our relationship was always going to be me and everyone else, upending my life so he could do nothing at all. The final straw was a request for me to attend an appointment that would mean 1.5 hour bus ride each direction, missing classes, missing work, plus making my own arrangement to stay somewhere overnight. I couldn't stay in my parents' home unless I slept in a sleeping bag on the floor somewhere, and I didn't own a sleeping bag. All so my father could play happy family in public again. I didn't get on the bus. I went to class. I had a bad day at work. Then I slept in my own bed. I didn't mean it to be forever, but I realized while my workday was tanking, I would still rather be doing that than pretending to be a happy family. Every day since has been better than it would have been if he was in my life. He made good days miserable and bad days hell. Wow. Wow, that's so crazy. Like, imagine your family like almost torn apart, but you want everyone to think that you guys are just hella happy and you guys are like the best family ever. And that's crazy how they don't even have a room for their kid to stay, or even just like a bed, or even just a mattress. They make the kid sleep in a sleeping bag at their own home. Like, why do some people have kids? I don't get it. Holy. I just find it so crazy how some parents treat their kids less than a guest, you know, because you wouldn't even do that to a guest. You wouldn't tell a guest to come over to bring their own sleeping bag. Oh my gosh. That's sad. My mother likes to make me cry. I think it's a control thing, but she always denies it even happens. After going out of her way to make me break down for 3 birthdays in a row, I asked my father if just for 1 year I could avoid speaking to her for the day. Bear in mind, I live in a different country, so it would just be a case of me not picking up the phone when she called. My father went apeshit, called me ungrateful, pathetic, a disappointment, etc. Then said his biggest regret was that my suicide attempt failed. All because I wanted a birthday where I didn't cry. I just hung up without saying a word, blocked the numbers and email addresses, deleted all social media. It's been years and I'm so grateful he said all those horrible things because I finally realized how much better my life is without them. Dude, this makes me want to cry for these kids. Really? Oh, that's so sad. Imagine getting anxious because your birthday is coming up. Because you know it's not going to be a good day. And no one is on your side. The people who are supposed to be on your side, supposed to give you the world, aren't even on your side. That's crazy. After telling them I was getting divorced, they told me, 1, my ex would always be their son and that they loved him more than me. To be fair, they did try to backtrack and say they loved us both. 2, that no one else would ever love me and I'd realized I was ruining my life when I died alone. 3, they only loved me because the Bible said they had to. 4, that they were writing me out of their will and leaving it to my ex because this was proof I was mentally unstable and once I come to my senses and gone back to him, it would be mine anyway. Imagine loving someone else's kid more than your own kid. Okay. They were emotionally abusive my whole life, but I kept going back and making excuses for them. Not helped because my ex was abusive too. It's so easy to believe you deserve to be treated badly when it's all people are telling you. Eventually, I realized that I deserved to be happy and I just couldn't do that while continuing a relationship with them. They're never going to change. I think they honestly believe they're saying these things out of love and have no awareness of how they've hurt me. Saying these things out of love? Are you kidding me? If my parents told me they liked my ex more than they liked me, yeah, I'd cut them out of my life. You like my ex-mom? That's your kid then. Don't ever expect me to do anything for you. Don't ever expect me to come back. Alright, don't ever expect me to visit because I'm not your kid. Hey, bye. And we'll see how my ex treats you guys. We'll see. I had a kid and realized I didn't want them having any influence in her life. The influence on mine was bad enough. Damn. That's real, hey. You know what's sad though is I feel like a lot of people experience their parents treating the kid well, but during the whole life the parent was so hard on them. She stole my student loan money. I worked so hard to get into college and have a full scholarship, and she stole my room and board and book money. It made the first year of college damn near impossible, which kind of set the tone for the next 3. Jeez. Stealing your own kid's money is the lowest of the lowest. My father, he physically and verbally abused my sister and I when we were kids. We got taken away and put into foster care finally. Our mum was found and we went with her. For a couple of years after, I wanted nothing to do with my father, but around 10 years old, I was like, why not? I had gone into therapy and I started to talk to him again. For the next 20 years, I did everything I could to have him be a part of my life. I was always calling, emailing, sending messages, arranging for us to see each other. He was military moved around a lot, and he probably reached out first less than 5 times. If I didn't message or call him first, we could go months without communicating. What finally did it for me was when I became a mum. I would do anything for them, protect them. I could never imagine hurting my children. It really got me thinking about my relationship with my father, and I realized how shitty he was. Yes, I forgave him for everything, but did he do anything to deserve that? No. I wrote him a long-ass message and told him how I felt, and he responded, but it was all bullshit. It's been 2 years now since we have talked, and I wish I had done it sooner. That is true, man. That's when you understand, hey, being in the same situation and being like, I would never do that to my own kids. That's why your parents will always tell you, you'll only understand when you're older. How many times have you guys heard that? Seriously. When I was a kid and I complained about stuff and I complained about them being mean and strict, they would just be like, you'll understand when you're older. And that is actually so true. You actually do understand. You understand everything. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!